Welcome. This isn't your average movie podcast. We go where no man has gone before.
You know what I'm craving? A little perspective.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Well, say something, goddammit! You're on television! You're live to the whole world!
Join us as we review movies new and old. You're tuned into Lupo's Cinema Symposium. Welcome back, everybody, to, honestly, the greatest movie podcast of all time ever, in fact. This is Lupo's Cinema Symposium. You're tuned in with me, your host with the most, up on Lupo 420, a.k.a. Jim. Tuned in, also, as always, the co-hosts, Christian and Robbie. Guys, how we doing?
Good.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Leave the gun.
What
movie is that?
It's The Godfather.
That's not from The Godfather. Is that real?
Yes, it's real.
I don't remember that at all. Oh, man.
Very strong. My two movie experts, by the way.
I'm terrible, but I am notoriously terrible with quotes. Very bad with quotes. Certain ones are obvious, but if it's a niche one like that, no shot. I remember. I just see too many movies.
It all kind of blends together in the end.
Yeah.
I know some freaks who can quote every line from every movie they've ever seen. I'm not one of those.
What did you think that movie was before you said The Godfather?
What
What were
movie?
you thinking? The quote.
Low key, I was kind of thinking he was doing The Untouchables again because I could see Robert De Niro saying that as
I
a
did
fat
start with The
Italian guy.
Untouchables the other day.
You know, because last week you quoted The Untouchables.
I did.
That's funny. Let's see. The movie that we watched for this episode is Basquiat. For those that don't know what that is, it's a movie following Jean-Michel Basquiat, who, it's a biographical drama film written and composed by Julien, gonna mess this one up, Santabel? Is that right?
I think it's Schnabel, but I corrected you, I think, on one of the movies we did recently, and I was super wrong, I think, so don't listen to me.
In his feature directorial debut, film is based on the life of American postmodernist neo-expressionist artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. It is the first film about an American painter written and directed by another painter. Basquiat was a Brooklyn-born artist who used his graffiti roots as a foundation to create collage-style paintings on canvas. David Bowie plays Basquiat's friend and mentor, pop artist Andy Warhol. Additional cast members include Gary Oldman as a character based on... What did you say? What was it?
Schnabel?
Schnabel.
I think Schnabel.
Michael Wincott as the poet and art critic Rene Ricard. Dennis Hopper.
Best part of the movie.
As Bruno Bischkeberger. There you go. Parker Posey as a gallery owner, Mary Boone, and a bunch of people like Christopher Walken, Willem Dafoe, and Courtney Love. Oh, and Benicio del Toro is in there.
Yes.
Arguably
one of the more important side characters.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the movie, we might have to discuss the differences in the formats in which we watch the movie. So, for me, I watched this movie in black and white.
That's weird. Why did you do that?
Well, one, because that was the version that got put on YouTube for me to watch. It says with ads, but I only experienced one 5-second ad. But so apparently, when they were showing they were screening this movie at some film festival, the projector had a problem. So it played the film all in black and white, except for the very end credit scene where after the credits, it's just him again, with the music playing, painting, and that's in color. And I guess we're gonna have to talk about it now because basically that happened, and then the director was like, low key, this is kind of fire. Like I wrote down the quote. Um, He said basically, instead of being distracted by the paintings were part of the image. So like, I guess we can get into that. This is probably going to be a very complicated episode because you have me, a filthy casual, having discuss neo expressionist art. So I'm assuming you guys watch this in color. You guys have like no idea what I'm talking about.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, no, I saw this in color, but
I did as well.
I'm curious
Mm.
I'm curious as to what your thing with that is, like with the black and white.
Um, so I guess this is the just the way that I viewed it and I experienced it. Just hmm, like the way that it goes through the film, I think to me, I kind of have to just kind of use this perspective as somebody that hasn't seen it in color. So like to me, it kind of emphasizes more about him as a person and not like his art obviously is important, right? He's an artist and the whole entire movie revolves around his like discovery and becoming like a famous artist. But at least in like the beginning of the movie when he's like on the streets, like yes, like the art is what it is. Now obviously looking at a piece of art and looking at it without color versus with color, you can tell a lot more from looking at art with color. Like I paused the movie halfway through and I was like, you know what? I probably should familiarize myself with some of this material. Not that I had to, but I was like, I wonder what other works he has going on here, and he does use color to tell
Like, yeah,
things
real
in his art.
wild. Yeah, real
Yeah.
Yeah.
wild colors sometimes. Actually, Jim, it's kind of crazy that that was your takeaway because that was one of the things I actually wanted to talk about. And it's like interesting because now you're making me think like maybe I probably will watch it in black and white now just to see because I think that's true for the movie in general. Like I think one of my favorite things about this movie is like a lot of biopics tend to get stuck on like how much people love the person's work. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
think about all the music biopics and stuff, like they always stress that part of it, but I felt like this movie did a really good job of like actually treating him like a human being. You know what I mean? Like, and you're actually seeing like the humanity behind like a pretty legendary person. And it's like it's not as mythologized or anything. It feels very real. And like you're saying, if the paintings aren't as much of a focus, like that can kind of double down on that. But I do think the movie does a good job of that anyway. Like they show, yeah, he is like a good painter and like sought after, but like that's not really his his ability is not really the thing. Like he doesn't feel that. He's just doing what he does and going through his life. And even when he has success, it's like he's kind of feels like a prisoner and like he's trapped. Um, so I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting point that you brought that up because we kind of came to that same conclusion in very separate ways.
You know what I also found funny too is that we went from American Animals, which is like the kind of like the story of artists that are they basically do a heist to find purpose in like their work,
Yeah,
and now we go to what happens basically if an artist does make it, and like it's not the grass ain't always greener sometimes. Like he gets famous, and then it just kind of becomes its own set of issues. Like even throughout the movie, when he's like the struggling artist in the beginning, there's almost a. It's like I'm pretty sure they repeat one of the things that he did in like the beginning of the movie, where he was just like, "Oh, like I want to be like that guy." And then he also kind of throws some criticism like, "Oh, like you don't even do your own art." And then later in the movie when they're doing like the interview scene after he's like made it and he's big, somebody like he has somebody working on his pieces in the background as he's like doing this, and he essentially kind of becomes like the what he wants to be and also some of like the criticisms
Yeah.
among a lot of other things. Like I think one of the main bits that I found interesting was yeah, exactly that where you talk about a lot of the other music and art like biopics. This one seems to me to really capture, I guess, what like people use the phrase uh just like just like an artist, like something some like I don't know what the right like avant-garde almost, or like what's kind of like the word I'm trying to find.
I think, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess that's right. Like, I feel like it captures very much for me, like a very specific time and group of people, like the 90s New York, like artists, but like not just like painters. Like, I feel like the community around that and like any kind of artists, like, I feel like it's a very recognizable um, time and place. And actually, I guess this wasn't really the 90s. It was a little before that, but the movies from the 90s. Is
Late
that
80s.
yeah, late 80s. Like that, but that kind of whole time period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what you mean or
I just meant like the maybe like eccentric or something like the stereotype of like a
It's like the
complicated
Greenwich Village
artist. Huh?
people, Andy Warhol, like
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. That
Like
community.
you look at that
yeah.
figure and you kind of go like, "Oh yeah, this is like a complicated person," and like, that's just kind of how they are, and they make work. Like they make art. But it really you kind of get like you kind of see why this person is as complex as they are,
Yeah.
as opposed to like more of like a polished, almost like friendlier display of who this person was in like some of these movies.
How does this movie leave you feeling at the end?
Dude, low key, okay. I got pissed off at the movie just kind of ending the way it did. I know I don't know what I was expecting from it because it's just kind of like yeah he dies. So like no matter how they go about it, I was gonna end up probably being disappointed. Like yeah, I probably would have felt the same if they showed like some scene of him like overdosing and dying, or like his friend like finding him and he's like dead. Like I probably would have been just as disappointed. But just like it seems like everything is just gonna turn the corner and they're gonna do so good, and then it just cuts to he fucking died just now. By the way,
I like that because I
I do
think
too.
I think that is one of the admirable things about the movie is it doesn't like you can get easy drama out of the like kind of sad wind down of like somebody basically going into drugs and everything and but like a lot of the time the reality is like if you know people that have like addiction issues like that is how it is. It seems like they're fine and then you hear about them like a week later and it's like oh no he's fucking either in rehab or he died or like some shit like that, you know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? So
Mhm.
I thought like it's nice to it's sad, it's very sad. I mean it leaves you very very sad and like it had me like contemplating a lot, but like having him because he kind of is like drifting through the whole movie. The success is basically like irrelevant to him. He's just like drifting the whole time. He has no purpose other than to paint, but like it that doesn't really give him any. It's just what he does. It's not like something that gives him satisfaction. So like when you get him at the end of the movie and he has this like it's like the clouds part and the fog is gone for just a split second and he kind of like has this like awareness and then you kind of go from that and it's like it's very tragic that like you can diagnose like certain things that are like wrong but it doesn't always mean like you're gonna have the discipline or like whatever to get out of those cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was awesome. I don't know if I like the first time I watched it. I don't know. I it is very like abrupt, I would say, but I never felt like it was like it I always felt like it fit.
I did too. And because this movie is not about how he died.
Yeah.
It's more about his life and who he was and wanted to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think like that you can get very obscured from that if you just add a big tragic scene of his death, which really isn't the point of the film.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, also like I do like the way it ended because even with a little bit of information about his death at the end, like something that um I kind of felt watching this guy's other movie, At Eternity's Gate.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up.
Um, it's really melancholy, I guess, or like bittersweet almost. You know, like it is a very sad thing, but like you're kind of just like, wow, that was really beautiful at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I agree. I agree completely. I think, yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for like, even if you have a tragic end, like, that doesn't mean your life has to be tragic. Like,
Doesn't have to be a downer movie.
yeah, it's still, there's something to be said for just like all the shit he got accomplished, in his life. But the thing that is really sad about it is just like, it's like
He's
he was like doomed to fail from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, with his mom and everything.
Yeah, and he spent the better part of his career around like the most insufferable parasitic people he
Yeah.
possibly could have. Like
Yeah.
with exceptions, right? But like I mean a lot of
Yeah.
them. Like Michael Wincott, his character.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
I love David Bowie in this though, man.
He fits. He
He's
fits.
so great. I
He's such a
mean,
good actor. Like it's
that
a
might
shame.
be this might be his best performance in anything.
How
I
many
In
think
my
movies
so.
has he
opinion.
been in?
He's been in a couple. He's in The Prestige. He's in
Yeah.
Labyrinth.
Hmm.
Couple different movies. He does it from time to time.
Yeah, he does like small shit a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
Like smaller roles.
Not to get sidetracked, but I just thought of something. So next week is Galaxy Quest, or the week before. I don't know how it's structured.
Probably
One
the
of the
week
movies
after.
we're gonna do is week after Galaxy Quest. There's someone in Galaxy Quest that is in this movie, and I don't know if you noticed it or if you didn't. Can you guys tell me who that is?
I'm gonna let Jimmy try.
Uh, so I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now. I'm trying to look at some of the names here.
Don't blink it and you'll miss it. He's in one scene.
Oh,
And he's
then
one of the main characters in Galaxy Quest.
let me ponder. I literally just watched this movie before I popped it in.
I know who it is.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
I'll give you another hint, Jimmy. He's also in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That doesn't help me. Is it Gary Oldman?
No, he's not in Galaxy Quest.
Then I don't know.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell is in. He's in one scene. He's the guy that beats him up. Basquiat up.
Oh, that was a
kicks him
funny
in the
scene.
head.
Not funny, but like that was like a crazy scene too.
It was, yeah,
Like,
yeah. And then
they beat up the fucking guy that made the thing that they're trying to steal.
I'm Samo. What did you say?
and Jeffrey Wright, man, Jeffrey Wright is so amazing. And the fact that he did this and basically went 10 to 15 years as just like a journeyman actor, and then now had this like big resurgence. It's like, how could anybody see him in this and not just be like, oh my gosh, this guy is an amazing actor?
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Also, he looks so not like Jeffrey Wright.
Oh yeah,
as you know him now, you're like, Jesus Christ, like doesn't even look like the same. Like Benicio del Toro, he will look the same. Like no matter what age he is, you're just like, yeah, I know exactly who that is. But when you first see this, you're like, holy fuck, like he looks so different.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you know people like their image of them in your head is like later in life, and then you go back and watch something where they were like he couldn't have been older than 30. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like, I mean, by the time he started to really be in stuff again, I mean, he's probably in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah,
It's like he has a beard, he has gray hair. Is he bald? I think he's bald.
he was about
Oh,
31 when this movie came out.
okay. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's a you see him in a different way in this, and it's like that's also kind of sad because it's like I wish I got to see more of him at this age. You know, you get a version of him now, but like I
Two
would have liked to see more of that guy.
two Jim Gordons in this movie.
Gary Oldman and um
Jeffrey Wright.
oh yeah. How did I forget that?
What are you showing me? Come on, oh!
I also love that what's Christopher Walken? He's also in Batman. He's in the 89 Batman, isn't he? He's like the mayor.
Yeah, he's like some
It's
made up character.
yeah. He's the fact that he's in this also I just thought was hilarious.
Willem Dafoe's in it for like half a second too.
Yeah. It's crazy. So this director also is really interesting because he only has 3 or 4 movies over the span of like 30 years. But like, and I don't know a lot about him. I guess he's like an artist or something. But like, yeah, you see this movie. This is his debut. He has David Bowie. He has like a loaded cast, like a
One of
lot
the
of
most
young,
loaded casts ever.
yeah, young actors before they like were big, kind of like Jeffrey Wright and Del Toro. Um, it's just interesting. And then he did like At Eternity's Gate, like all those years later, and it's like,
Courtney Love is in this movie.
yeah, I didn't know that was her. Is she like the blonde girl or whatever?
Yeah, where he's like, "Let me squeeze your tits."
Oh,
And because this is my first viewing of this movie. Um, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's Courtney Love, which she's not in a whole lot of movies. So I was like, what the fuck? And then
I didn't
Michael
recognize
Wincott,
her.
man. Michael Wincott has the had such a weird career in the '90s of like
Is
roles.
which guy is that? You gotta remind me.
Michael
The
Wincott
Civil.
is the guy that's like, I'm gonna make you famous and says the N word a bunch.
Oh yeah. He had the Civil War hat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He like he's from one of my like a movie that has like personal significance for me. I guess he's in The Crow. He's like the main bad guy in The Crow.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a while.
And then
It's in the
he's
movie
in
pool. I'm gonna add it right
he's
now if
in
it's not.
he's in a lot of weird stuff.
This movie also starts with one of my favorite songs, um, the Pogs, however you say it.
I think
Their fairy tale in New York. Um,
Tom Waits also has a really good song in this that like is a
oh
silly
yeah,
song because it's Tom Waits, but it fits so well
all
in
the
the
music
movie.
in this is awesome, and
Yeah.
I feel like they
like
just got a bunch of people who cared about the actual person to work on this movie in some way or another, and it kind of shows.
yeah.
Shout out Iggy
Um,
Pop.
We didn't even
the
talk about Dennis Hopper.
I was just looking at the cast. I was gonna say Dennis Hopper, and then also like this is the time when like Parker Posey was like in all these random movies, but like she only had like 3 lines in every one of them. Like
Yeah,
she was just in all these New York movies, but like never a big role. But yeah, Dennis Hopper basically playing the same guys in Blue Velvet, but maybe a little less sinister.
yeah. I know
I
it's
feel
one
like
of
he's the same guy. He's another version of that guy. For some reason, I got the like
Frank
it's like
Booth.
they're twin brothers, and one is the good twin and one is the bad twin.
Yeah, in this though, like I know he's based on a real person, but he is doing like kind of a Peter Lorre thing a little bit in this one.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's
Um,
that. I want that movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Peter Lorre is. I'm trying to think of who that is.
Peter Lorre is the German dude from Casablanca. He's also in.
The guy from M, right?
Yes, yeah. He's in the
Yeah,
Looney
that's
Tunes. Make fun of him all the
right.
time.
He is. He does kind of do that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
I don't know if
I
that's how
just
you say
thought
his name.
I like even though like I at Eternity's Gate, I just think is just okay. I think this is better personally, but like I like the how this guy can be very experimental with like just
Well, I guess
how you think about like where you're gonna put the camera, and then also like I like all the clips of the surfing in the sky and like stuff like that, like
Yeah.
just weird experimental stuff he does.
he's a painter. He's
Um,
not a filmmaker
yeah,
first. So like it kind of does lend itself to some interesting visuals.
yeah,
Even in 1996, I mean, I thought this was a very interesting looking movie. I also really
yeah,
like. I know we touched on it briefly, but I really like all the music in this movie.
yeah,
That being said, it took me 2 tries to watch it because it was so calm and mellow, and I passed out. Like, despite like me really, really being interested in the movie, I just fell asleep. So I was
yeah.
like, I had to wake up and start it over. I was like, I want to watch this all the way through.
When I first watched this movie, I just watched it literally just because it's Jeffrey Wright, and I was kind of like on a Jeffrey Wright kick,
Mm,
and I kind of just thought it would be like whatever kind of biopic movie, and
right.
it being as good as it is just took me so off guard. And one of the things, I don't know how you guys felt, because like Jimmy, I know what you're saying. You just watched it, right?
Yeah, like 2 hours ago.
We both
So
did.
I get what you're saying, where you're saying you were frustrated or whatever, because I remember when I first watched it, I knew I liked it, but I didn't know how much. And then like over the course of the week, I just found myself just constantly thinking about it. Like I would watch, other movies and it wouldn't matter. Like my brain would always return to this movie. And like there's some movies are that way where it's more like it's almost like a after the fact thing where you kind of have to let it cook and like ruminate on it. And that was this movie for me. Like I think this movie really hit me hard like in that way. So like even though it's in the moment, it's not necessarily actively like, mind blowing to me. It's just like when you kind of think about all the things that like they're kind of portraying here, it's like I don't know, I just think it's very thoughtful. And you don't get a lot of movies like this. Like I feel like it's made with a lot of love.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
Yeah,
feel
the
like
I agree.
director was that director that was like his friend.
Oh, was he? I didn't
They
know
were
that.
painter buddies together. Like in the scene, he was saying in the scene where it was like him and Andy Warhol, and he buys like the caviar.
Uh-huh.
That he was Andy Warhol. Like in that
No,
scene, he
he
was.
was Gary Oldman is like his self insert in this movie, as far as I understood it.
Well,
I
he
mean,
But
was
I
like
think
the
he was
moment,
saying like that, but
yeah,
in that
yeah,
scene
that
specifically,
story,
he was the one that was like there and
yeah.
like fronted the money for all the caviar.
Give me $3,000 for this caviar.
Yeah.
if he's Gary Oldman, that's also funny because my favorite scene or my favorite line in this movie is when
He's pissing in our hallway.
no, not even that one. But when oh, what did he say? It was Basquiat is like kind of acting like kind of like because that's just how he is. He's like he drifts through his life and he's kind of like standoffish. And Gary Oldman comes over and he's like, "Hey, they're at the same place. They're at the gallery." And he's like,
Mhm.
"Hey, want to come over later?" And Basquiat's like, "Why? Like, what for?"
To do
And then
what?
Gary Oldman's like, "I'm your friend." and, then, and then he's like, "Okay, I'll see you in an hour." Like, I just thought that was so funny, and the way they
Robbie,
delivered it.
that's how like half our conversations how they go in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah. But that's what I mean. It's just like it's so perfect. I don't know.
It's such a good movie, and like you said, like this movie is made with love, but also like it did something to me that not a lot of movies do, where I feel like really like overwhelmingly positive about life and like just like
Yeah,
the beauty of film and life.
it is
It like
interesting because for something that's so like tragic, agree. I feel like it is very optimistic, and I don't know exactly what it is about it that leaves you with that feeling, but I've
yeah,
I've had the same thing.
it feels like sunshine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't know how. Like I'm trying not to be too flowery about it, but I don't know how to describe it really. it's something that it's an effect on me that like very rare after I watch a movie. So it stood out.
And I do
For
think
sure.
it's rare for a movie. Like that last scene really ties such a perfect bow on the movie with the whole story about the kid with the crown and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it is just like was so moved by that moment because he is such a, I don't know, what would you call him? Like not lethargic, but he's very like I don't know what the right word to describe his like
Nonchalant.
personality, but he's just like he,
Nonchalant would be
yeah,
like
nonchalant, like drifter type
aloof.
feeling. Yeah, aloof. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. He is very aloof, and for him to have this moment and like this like story from his childhood that like so perfectly encapsulates like what his life is. It's like very. I found it very moving. Um, so, but yeah, I mean, I love the movie. You guys both very high on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because yeah,
Actually,
this is the
I've been
first time for
thinking
both
like
of you.
I have a rating in mind for this movie, and I'm thinking it might not be high enough now after our conversation.
I kind of go that way too. Like I am very. I find myself jumping back and forth between two very high ratings. But do we want to do ratings yet, or do we want to? Do you have
Let me
anything else you
I
want
want
to
to
talk
bang
about,
on a
Jim?
couple things. One, shout out Madonna. She was in this movie.
When? I
Like
don't
the
remember
real
that.
story, the real, well, that wasn't that supposed to be, uh, that chick? They do
Someone
directly
was
reference
playing
Madonna in the
Madonna.
movie though. Oh yeah, like in the real life, like he was banging Madonna.
Right. But she
Um,
wasn't in the movie. But
no,
there was a character that was meant to be her. I see what you're saying.
yeah. One memorable quote of the movie was that I liked was, "I hate that asshole. How is he?"
Yeah, that's another good one. I feel like it captures a lot of moments like that are just like, oh yeah, that's friendship right there.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I like some of the goofier ones too. Is like Andy Warhol having that dude piss all over that
Oh
canvas.
yeah,
Little to
dude,
the
his
left.
character is so good, man, and
You know
that's
that's his
why
wig.
like,
That's his actual wig that David Bowie's wearing.
oh really?
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
But like
funny.
that's why now that Jimmy says like that guy knew them, like
you can tell. Yeah,
that makes perfect sense because it's like you can't make some of that stuff up. It's like it's too out there.
like why aren't you just pissing on it? And he's like, I don't like the taste of beer.
I don't like that beer. Um, Another one of the things that I really liked was just kind of the all the surfing, like little shots of like the surfing film, kind of like representing like
Mhm.
where
Oh
he
yeah,
was kind of at his life and
Wants to go to
all
Maui.
that stuff. Yeah, like when everything is good, or like he's just kind of in the ocean before he gets discovered, and then when he gets in the wave, when he gets in the mix of everything, he's like riding the board, and then he falls off and falls into like drug abuse and like all that stuff, and
Yeah.
falls off the cliff, and then he rebounds, and just when you think it's getting there, I will say the ending. I don't know. Again, it goes back to me watching it in black and white. Like you see the ending, credits roll, and then it's just that extended shot of him like in color,
Mhm.
just painting. That like I can't put it into words, but it says a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I don't think you're really supposed to put it. I think that's kind of
No,
the whole point of
yeah.
this is like just let it speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very poetic movie, and like if you try and there's certain things that it's just it's conveying stuff about people and relationships and like emotions and just like life, and it's hard to talk about because it's
You have to live it. You have to
yeah, it's
experience.
Mm-hmm.
like Christian, like you said, it feels like sunshine. Like you can't explain it better than that. It's just like a feeling. You know it when you see it, but you can't necessarily put it into words. And I do think they capture that. Something about like there's a lot of that's kind of what I was trying to say with like this community of people that they're like portraying here. There's something very like real and like alive about it that you don't really I don't feel that in all movies. Like this feels like a real like community of people. And like you're saying, yes, some of them are kind of um like vampires, but they do feel like real people at least,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, like a lot of them, I was like, wow, I feel really
Yeah.
bad for this guy.
Yeah. Also,
Especially like they're treating him like a fucking pony, you know, like where they're like,
yeah.
do it, do this, do this, do another drawing, like, and he's like, man, you could tell he's so uncomfortable and he doesn't know what to do either.
Yeah. Also, it's crazy. So the one scene Benicio del Toro like kisses the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that implying that she's cheating on him?
No, because she like says like, get off me, don't do that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just a kind of a weird moment. Like I don't really know what to make of that, you
I
know?
I think it's supposed to be just
I
like
guess just that he doesn't have real friends or something.
I think it's more just like the chaoticness of just like the people that he was with.
Right.
Like that same person, he fucking kicks him out of the taxi and he immediately just starts doing pull-ups on the street sign.
Mm.
So I don't know. I don't
I
know if
also
that
do
was
kind of wonder now that I'm saying it, like and you guys can tell me what you think. I do kind of wonder because at to that point, Benicio del Toro's character is probably like the closest thing he would have to like a real friend, right?
Mhm.
And if distinguishing him as like not a real friend, maybe that shows in the end like just how important the Andy Warhol like relationship is because like that for all it's like weird like they're stuck in a weird situation which is being an artist like and stuff but that is as like true a friendship to me that I thought that you can have like they're just two guys that like have many things not in common but this love of art kind of brings them together and in that way they find they have more in common than maybe you would think, you know. So I don't know if there's anything to that or not.
Maybe. I didn't read it as that though, that he wasn't a true friend. I
I
read
didn't
it
either
as,
at the time, but I'm just, you know,
yeah.
yeah,
I read
thinking
it as
about it.
it's just like those types of artistic weirdos that live in New York.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I just read it as
Uh,
they're all kind of chaotic individuals in their
and
own
I,
little
I don't want
ways.
to go like line for line everything I thought was great, but I do want to mention the one when they're at dinner and Andy Warhol is talking about someplace, what is it, Saddle River or something like that, and he's like, it's in New York.
It's in New
It's in
Jersey.
it's in New York.
It's in New
Like now
Jersey.
that I'm thinking about like how like Jimmy, I had known it from reading about the movie as I was watching it, but Jimmy, like you said, like he puts a lot of like moments that actually happened, and I'm thinking like the way Andy Warhol is just like, oh, I didn't know that at the end, like he just it's like it has to be a real moment.
I will say, so most of the time when I like watch a movie, I'm trying to be a little bit more eloquent with my thoughts. So I really did put in a good effort here to like write down what I thought and everything. And I spent like at least like an hour just going over my thoughts, looking at adjacent material. Um, so like in they made a movie called Broadway 21 or 81 or something like that. So I can't remember off the top of my bean, but
I think it's 81.
The
81.
documentary.
Yeah, that they made, and he is like the main character in it. A couple things. One, a lot of the paint they basically bought. They were the ones that gave him that studio. So I'm not gonna nitpick everything that like real or wasn't real, but instead of like the scene where it was like the art gallery person that like gave him the studio spot, it actually happened to be that movie studio. He would basically live on set and then paint. And the paintings that you see in that movie are the ones that he made, and then they ended up getting popularized, or like that's kind of how he like got that start as well.
Oh, I see. So they gave him space in exchange that they could film his process and everything.
Well, like um for like that movie specifically, it was more like they were doing a a movie, and he was like an artist already, and they like had seen some of like because he was doing it was like a lot of stuff. So he had stuff from like the 70s, a lot of like the stuff that you see online because that was the other thing too. So like not only was I looking at this movie, I was looking at a lot of like the art stuff. Um, so like late 70s was like how he like got that spot, and then after that is what kind of took everything. And that was the other thing too. I was looking at a lot of the pieces, man, and sometimes I'm maybe I don't know. Like I look at some of them, and I'm like, I just don't get it. And then other ones, I'm like, I can see this. I need like a I need like a little bit of help understanding some of the pieces. I need like a little paragraph to explain what the fuck was going on.
I think you got it. I think you're being a little too hard on yourself.
I don't know. Some of them were like one was about one was supposed to be commentary about like the making movies and stuff. So there was like a window kind of, and each part of the window represented a different aspect of like the filming, the audience, and all that. But
I think getting everything is overrated. Also, I feel
True.
like you don't have to get everything. Like I feel like if everything resonates with you, that like that doesn't mean anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like that. The only thing that makes it impactful is that like not everything feels that way. You know.
I'm gonna have to agree.
That's kind of why I think for me the my favorite scene in the movie was when Christopher Walken was talking to him, almost asking him about like his life before I got into like the super personal like your mom and your dad, but the questioning about like the art, and it kind of he
Yeah.
basically has that opinion where it's like like it is what it is. Like does it have to have like all of this meaning to it, almost in the way that he was answering those questions? Like yeah, they do have meaning, but like if I have to sit here and explain it to you, then it's not, it like kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that scene specifically is one of the scenes that stood out to me when I first watched it. Is just like this movie in so many ways. I think just has a lot of really profound things to say about like just art in general and just how people like consume it and exploit it also. But yeah, I don't know. I think I love that scene as well.
Yeah. One last note. My favorite piece from Basquiat is the Pez dispenser. It's the little dinosaur with the crown on it. That's all I have to say about that. Anybody else?
My favorite moment, which I probably said like 10 things are my favorite moment, but my actual favorite moment is when he finds out that Andy Warhol died, and it's the camera's on Dennis Hopper, and then he looks over, he sees he's gone, and then you just see the chicken in the middle of the road. It's very sad, but also very like kind of an absurd
Yeah.
thing to see.
The Duck Man.
Hey,
the Duck Man.
Hey, Duck Man, give me 2 ducks.
2 ducks, man.
So yeah, that's my only thing. I mean, I love. Do you want to rate it now?
Yeah, I guess we can all run through our ratings.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start it this time.
Okay.
Usually I always wait a little bit, but basically my rating consists of all the things that we talked about previously. In the end, I think that for future viewing, to get like a fuller perspective, I'm gonna have to watch again in color, and then kind of see how everything stacks up. But the way that the movie is now, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I have seen it twice. The first time, I logged it as a 4.5, but this time I logged it as a 5. So I'm gonna stick with the 5. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite movies, and when you talk about like hidden gems, this is the first movie that pops into my mind. I think the cast is awesome. I think it's just like this is real. This is what you really want out of a movie. Like it's thoughtful. And it's not like, I don't know, when you get these biopics, like you see all these or these music biopics, and it's just like almost exploitive in the way the movie is like talking about. Like they're just exploiting this person's work to get box office, and I don't know. So I love this movie. I love it a lot.
I had watched this and gave it a 4.5, but just in the course of this conversation, I went back and changed it to a 5.
Hell yeah.
Almost a Lupo select, but not quite.
Almost.
Again, I got the memory of a goldfish. Was it Glory? Did we rate Glory all 5s?
Did we?
I know I gave it a 5.
I did too, probably.
There's no way I didn't.
Oh wow! So I guess that's the one. That's fun. Glory. It's the Lupo select.
All right.
Join us next week when we have Dennis Hopper in here for the Lupo closet.
Well, I set everything up to pick the next movie. If you guys want to talk about things that you've seen, or even if you just have any random side tangents you want to talk about, feel free.
I haven't watched a whole lot for once, so I think last time I talked about I was starting Night at the Seven Kingdoms. I did finish that, and it was good, and it immediately made me very sad about how bad Game of Thrones ended, because it makes everything, no matter how good it is, it makes everything empty. So, I did watch that.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything, Christian?
I finished the Night of the Seven Kingdoms as well. I try not to think about the Game of Thrones and how bad it was at the end when I watch it. But I was like, okay, this is like a bunch of different writers doing something has a definitive ending, and I don't know. It was a lot more self-contained and small scale, and I really liked it. I thought it was it was very cozy. 6 episodes. Other than that, I've been rewatching The Great. I don't know if either of you ever watched that show.
Nope.
No, but I've heard of it and I've been meaning to watch it. I heard it's really good.
Yeah, that's how I fell in love with Elle Fanning as an actress, and big crush on Elle Fanning anyway. But her
I thought you were
and
gonna say Nicholas Hoult, bro.
Well, yeah, her and Nicholas Hoult bounce off each other and just have really good chemistry as co-stars. Yeah. It's fucking, and it's like a history show, so I'm kind of a nerd and I like all that. It's not the most historically accurate thing as far as I know, but
it's a comedy, right? It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Okay, I will have to check that one out.
I had only ever seen the first season, so I'm about to start the second season now, and that'll be new territory for me.
It only went for 2 seasons, right?
3.
3. Okay.
But yeah, no. Outside of that, I may go see Crime 101 tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I'm jealous. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that so bad.
Chris Hemsworth. Australian. Didn't know that.
Come on, man.
Listen, I don't. Wait.
You hear about Mel
Gibson? He kind of doesn't sound Australian when he plays Thor, right? Or am I just crazy?
No, he kind of does. He might put a little at weird, vague accent on, but he mostly, I think, just uses his voice.
What about Mel Gibson?
Also Australian, Jim.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, but he's different. I think he lived here or something. There's something different about his. Australian. Yeah. Margot Robbie's also Australian.
I thought she was British.
That's crazy.
Wait, no, who am I thinking of?
Speaking
Emma Stone?
of, she's
Emma Stone is American.
I mean American. She's American. But,
nothing.
Speaking of Margot Robbie, the one actress that looks like her, Samara Weaving.
She does not look like her.
She looks like her enough that it's not just something I fucking pulled out of my ass. That's a very well. I don't have to defend this point. Fuck you.
Okay, just go. What were you saying? I didn't mean to pull you off topic.
Ready or Not 2 is
Yeah.
and that'll be interesting. I don't know how I feel about that because I thought the Ready or Not was like a good, fun, movie. I was like, I don't know if
Yeah.
this needs a sequel, but Elijah Wood is in it, so it's like,
Yeah.
you have my curiosity.
I really, really, really don't love that they're doing a sequel. I like Elijah Wood. I want him to be in something good. So hopefully it is good.
Yeah.
And I also really liked the first one. So, but what's weird is when I saw Send Help, that was one of the ads. But right before that ad played, the other movie with Zazie Beetz, that trailer showed. And I don't know if you've seen that trailer. It looks like almost the exact same movie. It's crazy. And they
Does
played
it?
back to back, yeah. And to be honest, that movie looked a little bit better. But both are kind of retreading the Ready or Not thing. So I don't know.
Could be good.
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know. I'll probably
I
end up
think
going to see it either way, but
yeah, I'll probably see both because I don't know that Ready or Not looked that good. It kind of looked like it might be bad, but I liked the first one enough that I will go in with
some good faith.
yeah. How are you doing, Jim?
I'm ready. I just want to plug one thing. Well, two things actually. One, check out the other podcast as well. Me and Abner talked about the Epstein files for an extended period of time with cutting
I thought you were talking
commentary.
about pirates
No, we did actually, but I kind of
for 2 minutes.
well, you
You
cucked
talked
me.
about the Navy or
You
pirates?
you cucked
The
me
Royal Navy.
because I got mad about it when we were talking about it in the group chat, and then like 5 days later we did the podcast, so I couldn't even pull up the text to like get mad and talk about it. So I kind of gave like a lame duck
Wage
recap.
baited.
Yeah,
Wage baited.
you rage baited me.
I'm here to talk about movies, sir.
Yeah. So if you want to listen to some of the other podcasts for cutting criticism and commentary about the world at large, like Israel,
About pirates.
we get into Israel this next episode.
And pirates.
Yap.
Jesus, I'm ready.
Trust me, we go there. No. The other thing was I've been listening to another movie podcast, which I didn't listen to movie podcasts before because we have the greatest movie podcast in the history of anything ever. So why would you ever want to watch anything different? But this one is called "What Went Wrong," and it covers things that happened during filming. And I'm knee deep. I'm like 45 minutes into Memento. So kind of bring it all
Jimmy,
full circle.
I've got some good YouTube channels for you to check out that we
Good.
can talk about off air.
Good. So now let's get to our favorite part, as always. In the thing here, where do you know what? Are we in the 101 to 200 part or 100?
I
can call it
personally
that.
have
We can
no
call that.
idea.
This is mine and your favorite part, Jimmy. Robbie does not like the ducks.
No, I don't mind it.
watch.
It's just I don't have it open usually when you
That's
guys do
true.
it.
Let me make sure that you could see it as well. All right. 20 seconds as always. While this loads up, we're going to shuffle it one more time before we have everybody get ready to go. And we're off. No clear leader to start. Number 2, we got a 96 here. 96, can't see the one directly in front. 28 is now
I'm
taking the
betting
lead.
on
We got 3 or 4
45.
numbers coming up out of nowhere. Can 14 snag this? Oh my
14.
god.
14.
12.
12.
12. What about
12.
All right, so we got movie 112 here, and it is Office Space. Give it up for
Let's
Office
go.
Space. Yes. I don't even know
We're
where's the
one away
clap.
from the Matrix.
I'd rather watch The Office Space.
Would you? I like the Matrix.
I like
Good
both of these
lineup.
movies.
Yeah.
A lot of
They're
good
so
movies.
I quote Office Space all the time.
So that's that. Any other comments before we go off air?
I'm gonna go sleep in my box in Central Park.
And do heroin.
I'm venture.
Cool. Goodbye.